Hello, and welcome to the Al Marmoon initiative, and thank you for signing up to become one of our trusted volunteers. The following presentation is deemed to give you an introduction to our work at the Center and help you be the best volunteer possible for our students. We will be covering a number of topics ranging from health and safety procedures to learning a little bit about working with people with additional needs. We will also look at what volunteers need to wear and look at some of the typical volunteer tasks involved. The Al Marmoon initiative has been based here in Al Qudra Road since 2014 and was founded by Mr. Yahya Youssef, a Bahraini national who has been based in Dubai for many years. Yahya's son Muhammad has Down syndrome and discovered the magic of horses and the effects they have on people with special needs firsthand. Inspired by Muhammad's reaction, Yahya wanted to share his opportunity with others, and so Al Marmoon initiative was formed. Today, the center provides free recreational and vocational sessions in equitation and greenhouse gardening to more than 100 students per week of all ages, nationalities, and abilities. But all of this would not have been possible without the generosity of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum, who gifted this piece of land to the project. If you weren't aware, we have very lovely neighbors on this part of Al Qudra Road. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed's Top Endurance Yard M7 and Bahraini Prince His Highness Sheikh Nasser's endurance team are based on either side of the center. So, what do we actually offer our students? Well, we're proud to say our centre complies with British Horse Society regulations. We are also a UK Pony Club centre and can definitely say that we offer a safe, fun, and nurturing learning environment for our students. We offer on and off horse activities such as in hand discipline, carriage driving, and horse care classes. We also have a fabulous greenhouse where students can learn how to plant seeds, care for, and eventually harvest their own vegetables and flowers. All our sessions are planned, progress is recorded, and we even have competitions where students can demonstrate their skills. Our staff and volunteers are awesome and love encouraging our students to develop and succeed. And to top it all off, our sessions are free of charge. Thanks, Yahya. Our season starts in September, October each year with teaching blocks. We usually have particular discipline or theme that we work on during the block, and at the end, an assessment where students and parents can see progress. Our star sheets offer a bronze, silver, and gold level of excellence. Emergency and evacuation procedure. Okay, this is a bit that most think is boring, but remember, it's the most important. Fire. Never underestimate the power and speed of fire. Our fire evacuation procedure is quite simple. Save yourself and help others to safety leaving the center. Our meeting point is outside the front gate by the car park. If you discover a fire, you should tell as many people as you can, as loudly as you can. Staff will call the emergency services, but you can find direction on how to contact them on any of our notice board. If you discover a fire, you are under no obligation to try and put it out by yourself. But if you feel you can and are confident to do so, there are many fire extinguishers all over our site. Remember, humans are more important than horses, so you must ensure all human life is safe. Staff members will take care of the horses. They will evacuate them to the sand school where they will be safe from any harm. Should a fire be discovered during a lesson, don't abandon your rider. Help them dismount safely and calmly and head for the meeting point. If your rider needs a wheelchair, take the horse to the chair and dismount so the distance is minimized. Horse will remain in the sand school. Remember, our fire evacuation point is outside the front gate by the car park. Okay, that's fire covered. Now let's look at riding accident. First things first, just like the fire procedure, keep calm. Step 1. Make sure you know the emergency services phone numbers. You can find them on every notice board and in every first aid kit here on site. Give your name, our location, and a very brief description of the incident. Keep it simple. Step 2. When hacking or riding out as a group, you need to take some items with you. It's common sense to take a charge mobile with credit with you, a basic first aid pack, any prescription medicine the riders need, and of course, ensure the office staff know where you are going. Here at Al Marmoon, we tend to stick to our desert challenge area outside. Staff have radios and riders are never more than a few meters away from the stables. Step 3, the most important one. Keep calm and use common sense. Horse riding is one of the most dangerous sports you can do. Accidents and incidents happen as horses are unpredictable no matter how well trained they are, even ours. Step 4. If you are riding in a group, dismount, hand over your horse to a competent person, and dismount the rest of ride, if necessary and safe to do so. Remember, only if the area is safe to do so. Step 5. Go quietly to the injured person, have their horse secured so it doesn't run off and cause more accidents. Ask for help to organize safety procedures for other road users. Perhaps ask motorists to use their hazard lights. Step 6. If the injured person is conscious, make them remain still. Ask about their injuries, but do not move rider who is in severe pain, especially if complaining of a back, neck, or head injury. Wait until skilled help arrives. Step 7. Remember your first aid drills. We have many first aid trained staff here at the center. Step 8. If there is a lot of blood from an injury, apply firm pressure with a clean piece of material to stem the bleeding. Again, don't panic. Remember, we have trained staff. This information is a general guide on what to do or what should happen when we have an accident. Step 9 talks about putting the casualty in a recovery position. This is something taught in a first aid course. Step 10 also talks of using a blanket to keep them warm. Perhaps we will look at shading the injured person from the sun and heat. Step 11. Let's not forget the horse. Is the horse injured in any way? Check the horse for any cuts or lamenaces if you can, but our staff will be with you. This again is something to know and not expected of you. Step 12. It is always better to err on the side of caution and send the casualty to hospital to get checked out. Our riders are fragile, and even the slightest injury could have a big impact. It's always best to check them out. So even if they insist on getting back on, it's recommended to go and get medical checkup. Step 13, and just a reminder, emergency services are called by dialing 999. And finally, step 14, as soon as possible, when circumstance allows, continue your ride or return to the stable. And of course, help the staff fill out the accident book. Well done, that's the accident procedure completed. Now, you thought the fun was all over, but no. There's one more policy I need to share with you. This is a subject that you need to be aware of, but not frightened of. We have a high standard here at Al Mamoon, so it will be of no surprise to you that we have a child and vulnerable adult protection policy. As you can see from the slide, we have a moral and legal duty to provide a safe environment for our students, as we believe that the welfare of our students is paramount. What this means as a volunteer is that we ask you that you are never alone with our students. Always have another volunteer or staff member with you. This is for your accountability. Do not help them to use the washroom. Parents or carers must do this. We try and match male volunteers with male students and vice versa. However, be very aware of where you lay your hands when helping students mount and dismount the horses. You will be given practical training in this, so don't worry. Remember, student safety is a top priority, so if a student runs towards the back of the horse, of course you must attempt to stop them. If you see, hear, or believe that there is any abuse, discrimination, or indecent activity that involves our students, then you must report this incident to a member of staff immediately. As the student gets to know you, you may find out that they will disclose to you, basically share with you something that might be going on at home or at school. As you are not a parent, family, friend, or teacher, you may be the only person the student can feel they can talk to or tell. Should this happen, do nothing more than report it to a member of staff who will pass on to the management and the appropriate authorities. You do not need to do anything more than that. This all sounds very serious, as of course it is. However, it's a rare occurrence and it's best be aware of such a situation and know what to do. This slide is about working with students with special needs. As you can see, we encourage you to interact with our students. So remember to introduce yourself and make eye contact. Every student who attends our center has different abilities and disabilities, but like all humans, we want to be treated with respect and kindness. By making an effort to get to know our students will only benefit their experience here and yours. As volunteers, the most important thing you can be is positive. Having a smile or telling the student that they've done well will go a long way to building their confidence. Now it's time for some horse talk. For some of you, working with horses could well be a whole new experience. Horses are unpredictable, even the well-trained ones, so always be respectful and vigilant when you are around them. Horses have two blind spots. Did you know that? The first one is directly in front of their face. So if you go to pat them between the eyes and you move quickly, they will throw their heads up in an attempt to see what is happening. The second blind spot is directly behind the tail. Some horses instinctively kick out when they get a fright from behind. So we always ask you and all of our students to avoid this area. Should you want to get to the other side of the horse, go around the front. Try and move in a relaxed manner around horses. They will appreciate a calm and slower moving handler around them. The more relaxed and gentle you are, the more relaxed and gentle they will become too. Horses are big. Well, maybe not the Shetland ponies, but to be on a safe side, be aware of their personal space. Keep a small distance between you and the horse. It will save your feet, especially if the horse weighs 1,000 kilos. As one of our volunteers, we need you to look the part. Here are some pictures of what and what not to wear. Remember, horses have big feet and are heavy, so always wear shoes that cover your toes. For cultural reasons, we would also like you to cover your legs and shoulders. It will also protect you from the sun and wind. Our students need to wear helmets when working with the horses. You will be given practical training on this, but in brief, you can see the diagram showing the basics. Hats need to be fitted correctly. Our helmets adjust at the back. Chin straps must not be too loose or too tight for comfort and safety reasons. Just remember, no helmet, no riding. Sometimes our new students are uncomfortable about wearing helmet, but with persistence, they get used to it. Sometimes you might be asked to lead one of our horses. All of our horse leaders are experienced and competent. However, we would like to show you how to do this correctly. When one of our horses is wearing a head collar, he knows that he is working, so they are not allowed to eat grass or walk off as they please. It is tradition to lead the horse and in fact do most activities around the horse from the left-hand side. This dates back to the days of the cavalry with riders who wore swords. So you've been asked to lead the horse. You will be on the left-hand side of the horse and positioned between the horse's head and shoulder. Your right hand will be holding the rope a short distance from the lead rope clip. You don't need to hold the horse in a vice-like grip. Just a relaxed hold is fine. The rest of the rope will be in your left hand, but the most important point here is that you never wrap the rope around your hand. Instead, loop it and hold the remaining rope
in your palm. This will be safer for you should the horse pull back. The rope will then pull from your palm instead of taking off your fingers. A nasty accident avoided. But don't worry, you won't be asked to control the horse until you are deemed capable to do so.
Volunteers here at Al Marmoon may be asked to help in the greenhouse or with the horses. There are two tasks when volunteering with the equine lessons. Either you will be a sidewalker or a horse leader. However, everyone needs to know how to help when students are mounting and dismounting from the horses. Mounting and dismounting a horse is actually the most hazardous part of horse riding. Did you know that? We help our students practice this many times when they first attend classes. There will always be an instructor present when mounting and dismounting the horse. We ask our students to mount the horse by using the mounting blocks. We have two, one by the stables and large concrete block in front of the office. If you are a sidewalker, you will be asked to help the student mount. One sidewalker is on the mounting block with the student, the other is on the other side of the horse on the ground. There are two ways of mounting the horse. Typical mounting asks the rider to put both hands on the front or pommel of the saddle. They swing their leg over the saddle, going over the back of the saddle or canter. Then they sit gently on the saddle, not a heavy bump, as they will be uncomfortable for the horse. Forget about trying to put feet in the stirrups, they will do that in the arena. The horse is then led away and to the right a few paces, where mounting right side walker then walks down to join everyone on the ground. We use the riding for the disabled UK style of side walking holds. We ask that you hold the back of the rider's feet to steady them in the saddle. Some riders need two side walkers, one on each side. Some riders need only one. Our advanced riders may not need one at all. The other way to mount the horse is the backward mount. Some students don't have the range of movement in their legs and hips to mount typically. As the side walker on the mounting block, you help the rider sit backwards on the side of the horse. The rider will be facing you as if they are sitting on a chair. You will then help them raise both knees up and towards the horse's neck so you can help the right leg to the right side of the horse. The side walker on the ground will have their hands up to support the rider's back as they sit in the saddle and move their legs into place. Once the rider is in the saddle, it's the same procedure for leaving the mounting block. So we got the rider on the horse, well done, but now we have to get them off. When dismounting a rider, we dismount in the arena or on a grass area. Only if the rider is riding a very tall horse do they dismount on the mounting block. So dismounting, ensure the horse has stopped. Ask the rider to take both feet out of the stirrups. Help them place the left arm bent and on the horse's neck, right hand on the saddle. The rider should lean forward, swing the right leg back and over the cantle or back of the saddle. The side walker then places their hands on the rider's back to guide them to the ground. We encourage the rider to dismount as much as they can by themselves. Do not try and hold them or catch them. You will only hurt yourself. Dismounting using the over-whizzer method sees the rider take their right leg up and over the front of the saddle. While sitting on the side of the saddle, we guide them to turn right and onto their front so that they can slide down to the ground as normal. You will have training on this. Just be aware where you put your hands on the rider. Ensure you don't try and catch a rider as you must not injure yourself. We need you. And please remember that mounting and dismounting can take time. So don't ever feel rushed as that's when accidents happen. That's it. It's over. Well done you for lasting to the end. We hope that you have learned a little about what we do and what we expect from our volunteers. We believe that volunteering here at Al Mamoun is lots of fun, and without people like you, our students wouldn't learn as much or enjoy the experience. We really do appreciate your help. So a big thank you from all of us here at Al Mamoun Initiative.